Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, back in the studio on a Monday morning. Went into the weekend. I think I was in second, third place in the company's bracket pool. I think right now I'm like 11th or 12th. Did not have a good weekend.
I think a lot of people didn't have good weekends, but the fact of the matter remains the competition continues, and all four of the men's top seeds, all four of them, did advance to the Sweet 16, Auburn, Houston, Duke, and Florida, although Florida had their fans right on the very edge of their seats. Florida played Connecticut in the second round. Connecticut is the two-time reigning national champions. They're very, very good. Dan Hurley's their coach. And Connecticut had Florida on the ropes. But down the stretch, the Gators came through, won it 77-75 in a dandy. So all four of those teams, the top seeds, advance. And in the women's division, both South Carolina, they skipped past Indiana, and UCLA pretty much handled Richmond. They were the two top seeds. The other two top seeds, Texas and Southern Cal, play tonight. It's arranged that way for TV. The women's division Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and the men's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All so they can get maximum TV audience out of all this.
And it's a little bit more convenient for us, too. So thanks a lot, guys, for doing it. All right. MSU Lady Bears have a hell of a team, don't they?
They really do, and they had a home game in the WBIT. Now, under normal circumstances, and the WBIT, which is in its second year, is owned by the NCAA, so the National Collegiate Athletic Association determines where these teams are going to go. Minnesota was scheduled to play at home in Minneapolis, but wait, the Hockey Frozen Four was also being played in that same arena. What to do? Well, you sent the Minnesota team on the road for their first two games, one in Toledo, which they won, and the game here in Springfield at the Great Southern Bank Arena yesterday afternoon, which Minnesota also won. They got a big lead over the Lady Bears and then held off a good Lady Bears team down the stretch to win it 78-71. The Lady Bears made a great try, got the margin to within 3 points, but could not get over the hump at the end. And a big and pretty talented Minnesota team didn't play great in the Big Ten Conference, but still, nonetheless, a pretty good team. I got the win. And the Lady Bears season is over. They finished with a record of 26-9, and that's certainly more than commendable.
Definitely, and again, they had an incredible year, and go Lady Bears. Major move up for one-time Springfield sports star. What's this move?
Well, she's an All-Stater at Springfield Kickapoo. She was an All-America at Drury. She was Drury's championship coach from 2014 right up until 2018 when she left. Molly Miller. And Molly Miller, who's been coaching out at Grand Canyon, had her her team record this year was 32-3. 32 wins, 3 losses. Their third loss was last week in the NCAA tournament when they fell to Baylor. Grand Canyon got beat by Baylor, I think it's 13 points if I'm not mistaken. But Molly Miller had a job offer, had several job offers, including Mizzou, and she was a candidate for that, but eventually turned it down. Why? Because she is the new head coach at Arizona State, which is in Phoenix, where Molly has been living. Molly and her husband and their 2 kids, they've been out there now for a number of years. Grand Canyon is in Phoenix. Arizona State's actually in the Phoenix suburb of Tempe, but Molly Miller will be coaching Arizona State's Lady Sun Devils, and that puts her in the Big 12 Conference, so she'll make a number of appearances here in the Midwest.
The Major League Baseball season opens this Thursday. Cardinals and Royals, where are they starting this week?
Well, the Cardinals and Royals have both broken camp at their various spring training sites. The Cardinals, of course, at Jupiter, Florida. They've loaded up the big trucks, and they're headed to St. Louis. And the same with the Kansas City Royals out at Surprise, Arizona. They've loaded up their trucks and all the equipment, and they're headed out. However, that doesn't mean those teams won't play. The Cardinals play tonight. They'll turn the lights on at AutoZone Park in Memphis and take on the Memphis Redbirds. Play tonight, and then the Cardinals take 2 days off, Tuesday and Wednesday, and get set for their opener Thursday versus the Minnesota Twins, and that will be at Busch Stadium. Now, the Royals play tonight and tomorrow afternoon, but they'll be playing at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas, against the Texas Rangers. This is a division rival for Kansas City, and yet they're playing them. It's also their training camp partner, but playing them in 2 games on the Rangers' home site. Of course, the games don't count. They are exhibition games, but it's 2 for the Royals. They'll take Wednesday off and then open up the season at home at Kauffman Stadium against the Cleveland Guardians. So the teams won't exactly be idle, but they're getting prepped and ready to go for the big show, which is Thursday when every team opens up Major League Baseball.
And again, should have a day off, I think, nationwide for that. I don't know who you got to talk to, Ned. We bring this up every year, but got to get that phone call made, my guy. How did the Missouri State Bears and Drury Panthers do on the baseball diamonds?
The Bears needed a sweep, a 3-game sweep. This was their Missouri Valley Conference opener this weekend, and they played Bradley. Bears really needed a 3-game sweep, and they got it. Won the first 2 games 16-6 and 16-8. And then yesterday completed that sweep with an 8-2 victory. Bradley is struggling. They're not very good. The Bears have been struggling as well, but they finally got those bats unloaded, and they were able to hit the ball well, and hopefully that will continue. Now, the Bears have a nice little non-conference game coming up tomorrow. They go on the road to Fayetteville. And the Arkansas Razorbacks, folks, are number 3 in America. That'll be a nice little challenge for the Bears, but that's tomorrow night. Meantime, the Bears are playing conference baseball, and that's the key. Now, Drury won yesterday 6-0 over Northeast Oklahoma out of Tahlequah. That completed a 4-game sweep for Drury. They won all 4 games from the Northeast Oklahoma Ball Club, and that bodes very well for the Drury Panthers, who, like the Bears, have a lot of bats on their team. Those bats are now getting warmed up as the weather gets warmer, and indeed, we're in for an offensive show.
And it's always a good time of the year when Ned gets to go to at least 3 or 4 baseball games a week.
You bet.
I can see the smile on his face already. All right, NASCAR was in the Panhandle yesterday. Well, who won?
They were at the Homestead Miami Raceway, which is one of the big ones on the circuit. And Kyle Larson, he trailed much of the race, but with 40 laps remaining, Larson was 5 positions off the lead. Well, he rallied in those 40 laps, took the lead with about 5 laps remaining, and indeed got the win. Kyle Larson gets the win in the NASCAR race down in Florida. Indeed, very good competition.
Ned, you have a wonderful Monday. Enjoy the weather, and I'll see you tomorrow.